Pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another beer mail here on BAOS this evening. We got a bomb pack from the homies in Amsterdam in Toronto. These guys have done essentially a flight in a box. So you don't even have to pick them up. You just get the pack and you're good to go. This thing's pretty lit. It's called the Amsterdam Flight Pack. It has 4 different beers in them. It's got their Pilsner, Starke Pils, their newish IPA Space Invader, their Big Dog Boneshaker IPA, and their Tempest Imperial Stout. Alright, let's bust this bad boy open. I haven't really seen too many packs like this around. And I think this is a great way for encouraging new drinkers to your brewery who might not be totally familiar with it to be able to check out all your stuff in one easy purchase, as opposed to, you know, letting them go on their own. So the first one is the Starke Pils. Bam. 5.2% traditional Pilsner. Now, I have, in all fairness, I've had all these beers before. This one, I haven't had for some time, but I remember loving this beer. I think this was probably kicking around the time that I really started getting into, like, the Crispies again. Yo, let's look at that. Smells great. Yeah, traditional Pilsner, crisp, refreshing, 5.2, 40 IBUs, mate. Get in ya. Solid. First beer of the night. So everything always like, boom, it tastes more bitter than it really is. Fruity, super crisp. Pretty sharp carbonation. Nice, balanced. A little bit of that, tropical grassiness, I guess, that comes with the SARS. It's a solid, man. I really dig this. They do this one well. Amsterdam has a bunch of beers. You probably would have seen them around the city, particularly around Toronto. Like, they're everywhere there. This one, I don't see it enough. Like, they usually have their blonde and a few other kind of like, they got like multiple layers. Amsterdam are interesting. They got like the this pack is actually kind of more for the beer nerds, to be honest with you. And they have their real like sort of basic stuff, a 3-speed lager. They got like brown and amber, blonde, that like really appeal to the, I guess, as their gateway beers, right? So they're trying to get the Coors and Bud drinkers across with those beers. So, yeah, this is definitely kind of the next level up. All right, next beer, Space Invader IPA. Man, really sick can. We tried this. Do you know what? I don't remember when it was. It was cold. It was probably like, April last year. We went to a launch of, what was it? Wasn't it Brown Ale? Do you remember that? That AK?
It was that AK,
English.
It was an English style.
English style beer.
Yeah.
That they did that was like a remake of like historical beer. So we got to meet the fellas from Amsterdam, super cool guys, and tried this at the, I was going to say brew pub. I think it's their experimental brew pub. I can't remember, like East York somewhere. Mm-hmm. And they didn't have the can or anything like that. It was just on tap, and they were telling us that it was coming to packaging and through LCBOs. So I haven't had it for a little while, so I'm looking forward to this one. I remember really enjoying it. So 6%. Oh yeah, it smells fantastic. I feel like that's more chill haze, to be honest, than actual haze, but slightly opaque. Does it say anything about the hops or anything? Invasion of cosmic flavor. I like that. Yeah, a few little puns to do with video games. Really, really cool branding. I quite enjoy that. So yeah, it smells tropical. Love it. Get in ya. Dope. It's kind of like, I guess it's West Coast. A little bit dank, a touch piney and bitter. Once again, that bitterness has got to like balance out in my palate. Kind of annoying. I don't know what to do. I guess you just gotta let the night roll. It balances eventually. I'm sure once I turn the cameras off and I drink them, they'll go away. But I'm definitely getting some bitterness that I don't think is totally accurate. Super smooth. This is a great crushable tropical West Coast IPA. I've said it a few times before. I feel like this style is coming back a lot more. we haven't seen a ton of West Coast IPAs anymore because all the the more hop forward, double dry hop, less bitter, less dank, less piney style East Coast style IPAs are really dominating, which is my joint anyway. But I feel like I'm appreciating this type of stuff, and when I have a really good one, I really like it. So this is a really fantastic, easy to get one as well. All right, next up, this is their double IPA, Boneshaker. This beer was huge for us back in the day. I remember this one being like incredibly, it's one of the most bitter beers I've ever had. And it was like a year-rounder too from Amsterdam, which I thought was cool. All right. Also, found this branded Amsterdam glass. Didn't realize I had it. I don't really use this type of glass too much, but I felt it was perfect for the video. All right. So this beer, unfiltered IPA, West Coast style, 7.1%. Smelling nice and dank. It's a little opaque right there. Yeah, hella dank. Cheers, get in ya. Woof. First beer of the night, and bitter as F, mate. This is great though. Yeah, I really like it. It's I can see why this is exactly the type of beer that was popular, like I want to say 5 to 7 years ago. Like this was the like piney, dank, like palate wrecking punch in the face that we used to like fiend for. So I used to love getting this when I was out. I don't know how often I would drink something like this anymore. It's definitely nice right now. I don't drink them very often, so it's like a bit of a treat, to have a beer like this. But like they do it well, and it's really cool. This has been I don't want to say shelfie is probably not the right word, but like a standard core lineup for forever. I think for Amsterdam. Yeah, I really like it. All right, last one in the flat pack is the Tempest Imperial Stout, 9%. I'm pretty sure I've had this before, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, nice. It's a nice little boozy guy. Boom, boom. Okay, let's see how she goes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, all right. I have no memory, really, of this. I must have bought it in, like way back in the day. I'm sure this probably would be one of the earlier craft stouts I would have got a hold of. And it's not like, I don't know if they have them, I feel like this might be a year-round thing, just because it's in the pack, right? I don't know if there's anything like super rare that's in the pack. It's supposed to be like a snapshot of their core lineup. Look at that, like tar, mate. Nice coffee head. Chocolatey nose. Get it in ya. Whoa, nice. The damn can. There we go, it's all too light now. Super dusty, bitter, almost like spicy. There's almost like some spices in there. Yeah, it's smooth. It does not taste 9%. This is really smooth. This is great. Yeah, super crushable. This is going to hit you. Have a few of these, mate. It's over. Clean. Yeah, but that real, like, grainy dustiness. Super dry. It's like sucking all the moisture out of my tongue here. Kind of tastes like that bitter dark chocolate. It's almost like I'm getting a slight touch of kind of like a anise, licorice kind of vibe. Not a ton, but it's sort of like settling in there. Super interesting beer. This is fantastic. So, I mean, this pack, guys, is really dope. I would say these would be arguably my 4 favorite Amsterdam beers anyway. And if you're sort of leaning, if you're not, it's not your first rodeo as far as these guys are concerned, this is like a good snapshot. If you haven't had much, or if you're visiting Ontario, you don't usually get to try their beers, this is like a nice, easy way to do it. I'm not sure of the price point. I'm sure it's reasonable. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, mate, boom, smash a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So it's been a while, right? So now when the new drops, follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast everywhere, and check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, got tons of new stuff coming. Guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video, and as always, get in ya.